Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing well. Capricorn, welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning to the channel, welcome back. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm Nicole. So this is going to start the series for the September videos, or the overall for September. Capricorn, you just happen to be first in line per spirit. So welcome to your September reading. This will be for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus. Cross watcher, if that is you. Welcome as well, and discern the messages accordingly, guys. Thank you to everybody who has booked, donated, all of the wonderful ways that you support the channel, and it's greatly appreciated, so thank you for that. Capricorn, let us see what is going to happen here in September for you. If you guys are interested in personal readings, that information can be found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page, and you can also find me at holisticallyzenwv.com. So, all right, as you see, the background's a little different. I'm making some changes here in my space, so be patient with me as we go. The one thing I heard as I was meditating prior to opening up your reading was an integration of your health. So health may be the overall theme in September, in Spirit is saying getting it going. So whatever that means for you, 1:14 on the clock there, whatever getting it going means for you. So it may be an integration of diet, exercise, different types of routine. They're pointing out the fact, that fall is on the horizon as we move in through September. So this could be for some of you, maybe you just don't like the heat, right? So it's like, okay, now that it's cooling off a little bit, let's, get out, do some more stuff, walking, exercising. Spirit is also saying talking. So if you need to talk through it, make your plans with somebody else. To get into these routines for yourself, then by all means do that, whatever is supporting you to reach what you need to do. Pay attention to the lung health as well. I think that colds could be very prominent depending on the weather for you guys, is what they're giving me. And P.S. I am not a medical doctor, right? So just remember that disclosure there. So just, watch what you're utilizing. Do things that are good for the respiratory as well. They're just bringing up coughs and colds. So just be aware of the lung health as we move through the month of September for yourself. Manifest came out in an upside down position, but we're going to leave it upright. We're talking about manifesting. Capricorn, I feel like, we are constantly closing out, 2, 3, 4, by the way, constantly closing out cycles and starting new ones. And I feel like you're trying to move into the next phase. Remember, we just entered Mercury retrograde and Virgo season. So we're in a different time frame right now with all these retrogrades that are going on. You're going to start to see some of them closing out and other ones, eventually reopening or opening up again, whatever. So I think that right now for this period, as we move through these retrogrades, you may feel like you're a little stuck. You may feel like you're a little stagnant in certain areas of life. So I think that the focus in September is going to be about you, what you need to do for yourself, so that I feel like there's a need to feel healthy in general for you guys, so that when you're feeling your best is where you tend to vibe that you can manifest, right? So it's like if you feel off, you think about it, like if your stomach or your head is hurting, it tends to throw off our entire body system. We're tired, we're cranky, we don't feel well. So it's kind of like the more you start to feel better, the easier it's going to be for you to manifest what it is that you're working towards, because you're just overall in a healthier space. So I think the integration of the body and the health is going to be very, very important, again, as you move through September. So let's see what else. And pay attention. It's almost like your moods are dictating how you're thinking, and if you're thinking, if our thoughts aren't positive, then we have a hard time, manifesting anything, right? Because we're in the wrong space. Next card is to surrender. So surrender is about releasing, right? Letting go of control, allowing the chips to fall where they lie, not holding on to a preconceived notion or idea. It is, if there's been battles around you, things going on around you, know that conceding sometimes isn't always a loss, because you're walking away with your peace and your sanity as well. So that could be very important at this time too, is just paying attention to the people that you're dealing with as well, and knowing that maybe sometimes I'm hearing saying nothing at all is the best thing that you can do. It's just to get up and walk away. So pay attention that that's going to bring you relief. It's not about necessarily what's going on with everybody else, but just going, what, this isn't my circus, right? Not my monkeys kind of vibe. So just allow that to be, because I also feel like that when you're in these energies and these elements with people, it is also something that brings that energy level down when it comes to your overall health. So it says check in. And I think what this is asking, and I'm going to read the card too, but I think what this is asking you to do is to check in with yourself more than anything. There may be a person or two that may be checking in on you during this period, making sure that you're okay. And Capricorn, I'm not surprised to see this at the bottom of the deck. Slow down. Slow down and take care of you. With this check-in, when you think about whatever it is that you're pondering, take a moment to check in about how you feel about it. Do you feel lighter or heavier? As I was saying, like, you know, if you're dealing with these external energies, right? It's time to just go, is this really worth, you know, fighting for or arguing about? If it's making it feel difficult, it's not worth your energy. It's not worth your time. It's not worth your effort. It says excited or filled with dread. Pay attention to your inner guidance. It's always so helpful. So again, very, very important energies there. So manifest, surrender, and check in. And then slow down. Life isn't a race, nor is it a competition. You need to slow down. Doing so doesn't make you weak or less than. It makes you strong, wise, and much better able to navigate life with clarity and ease. And again, you know, talking about just that surrender, right? Like that you cannot accomplish everything in a day. Again, your forethought and your focus throughout the month of September is going to be you. Plain and simple. It's about you. So, you know, give that, and your mental health too. Like the way this comes through is really about your thoughts. Your mental health, your thoughts, how you are envisioning things. Are you being pessimistic? Are you being optimistic? You want to stay in that high vibrational energy the whole way through. So let's grab some mantra cards. So what is your mantras for the month of September as well? And then we'll dive into some Oracle and Tarot. All right, Capricorn, for the month of September. Yeah, Spirit is saying easy to please too. It's like you may feel like your request or whatever it is that you're dealing with, or it's like, why is this going to be so damn complicated? Again, if you're exhausting a lot of effort into certain things, you may see it as being easy to please, and it may actually be, right? However, other people just may not be in that same realm with you, so just pay attention to that as well. Sharing shame. When I share my deepest pain, I give myself permission to be. And with this manifest, I feel like it's almost like there's a blockage in a sense of, it's almost like feeling bad for wanting certain things, feeling bad for, you know, maybe you have friends. This is maybe not the best example, but we're going to go with it. You've got friends and you desire to have a new car, and your particular best friend can't afford a new car, but they need one probably worse than you do. And it's like to share that these are the things that you want when you feel like, you know, maybe you're doing better than somebody else in some sense. It's like afraid to express your manifestations. What the hell? Mercury retrograde. Here we go. There's a fear of expression to what you actually want. Don't be afraid to express what you want, because remember that nobody is ever in a state of lack, even though we perceive it to be that way. It's always going to be about how we see ourselves, right? And that we are deserving and worthy of these things in any sense, whether it's tangible or intangible, that the universe is going to give everybody exactly what they need in the divine timing, and that it's going to depend on where they are vibrationally as well. So don't be fearful of expressing what it is that you need. And celebrating simplicity, again, slowing down, keeping it simple, right to the core. The one thing that stuck out to me was the fours. Like I seen something, I forget what it was, but it brought up that four energy. And when I see those fours, I can't ever help but, it's just the way it works for me, that foundational energy. And that foundational energy, sometimes when life gets chaotic and crazy, and things are going all over the place, it's the best thing you can do is go back to the very basics. Simplify your life in every aspect. You know, there's no need to overcomplicate things. And I think that this is pretty much what this card is talking about when I think about that foundation, that it's celebrating simplicity. I am more fulfilled when there's less to manage and maintain. Don't try to take on the world. We talked about that surrender and that check-in, right? Is that card is going right between those two. Keeping it simple is going to make your life a lot easier, and it's going to relieve a lot of that stress. And I think that when Spirit was speaking about integrating your health, that the stress levels, the go is what's causing like an immune breakdown, right? Like stress does all kind of crazy things to our bodies. So the more you release that, the more you let yourself be free of that. 10 on the clock as well. That is going to allow you to just take care of yourself. Put yourself first and alleviate the stresses so that you can boost the immune system, boost yourself, and take care of yourself better. They're also asking you to ask for angelic support at this time. So if you feel bombarded, you feel weighed down, you feel like you don't know what the hell you're doing, if you're coming or going, asking your guides, right? Asking your guides for some help. I can tell you that sleep hypnosis, right? You don't have to go to a professional necessarily. You can, get on YouTube, right? You're here now. So get on YouTube, look up sleep meditations, things like that, guided meditations, to just bring yourself back to a space of centeredness. And through a lot of those sleep meditations, you are able to, talk to your spirit guides, right? You can do stuff like that. It's also asking for that angelic support. So whether it's through prayer, again, meditation, you could do some sleep hypnosis. You could be driving down the road in the car and just be like, hey, like, I need a sign, give me something, right? So just ask for that support as it is needed, because, they're there for you. Your guides are there for you. It's just check in with them, right? That check-in card is check in with them as well. Checking in with yourself, checking in with your higher self. So it's going to be very important as you move through. All right, let's see. We got see what's going on here for Capricorn in September, please, Spirit. My nose is itching. There's your confirmation. I can go all day, not scratch my nose, not sneeze, not get the goosebumps. I sit down to do these things, and confirmation all the same every time. All right, Capricorn, let's see what's going on for you guys. Capricorn for the month of September, please, Spirit. Garden and the gate. Yeah, I told you, it felt like there was some blockages to your manifestation, and you look at her, and, ooh, you may have a love interest checking in on you, Capricorn. Very cute. We'll see how this comes in. But that garden and that gate, you see her. She's reserved. She's paused. She's looking out on the horizons. She's not making any movement. She's not taking any action at this time. She knows that there are things in front of her that she's going to have to step out into a new space, into a new land, to a new opportunity, to a new way. Difference being with this particular card is that she's got the key around her neck through that gate. She's got the opportunity at any point to open up that gate, and talk about walking and making movement. You see this, that she's got that pathway is there, and she's ready to make some movement. There's the need to make some movement, integrating that health, right? So I think that you're right there. But you've got to give yourself permission to be Capricorn, and through that, it's like you're waiting for yourself to feel better. But I think there's things that you can be doing right now at this time. Again, whether it's food, water, exercise, thoughts, right, that are going to boost you to feel better, to make you feel like you can accomplish the things that you're setting out to do, or what is in your mind. Contracts is the next thing. So you may be, I want to say, with this contracts, it's about the lessons that you're learning, or the things that you should be taking in and absorbing at this time. Some of you could be taking classes as well, as what Spirit is giving me. But it's like I don't want to say a whole new way of learning per se, but it's like, I feel like sometimes you don't know what you're getting yourself into when it comes to certain situations and people. And with that, it's like you're kind of walking into this blindly, not sure what to do. That's surrender. I look at her, about to sneeze, confirmation, saying, oh, okay. It's tingling, goodness. Surrender. I said earlier about raising that white flag, right? Look at what she's cloaked in. She's cloaked in that white. Right? Understand that whatever battles are coming your way, if there's contracts, situations, family, friends, whatever it is, work, sometimes just doing nothing and just saying, okay, if this is how you want to do it, let other people see what it is that you're seeing that they can't see before their eyes. And I feel like you feel like you're walking into likely a snake pit of just BS. But you also have to put the faith and the trust to surrender to a situation that whatever this is, however it plays out in your personal life, that it's going to be balanced and fair one way or another in due time. I do feel like some contracts, whether they're soul contracts, actual contracts in the 3D world, are going to come to some kind of end. For some of you, I feel like when it comes to work, in vehicle, I don't know what it is about a vehicle. So maybe some of you are paying off a car, right? That contract is up and it's done, is kind of how that feels to me. For others of you, what I would say, if this is related to work, like you're giving them your slip and going, okay, like, I've had enough of this shit, I'm done. Again, that need to surrender and change things up. For others of you, I would just say pay attention to the people, places, and things around you as well. Is it making sense to invest your time, energy, and attention into certain things? Because it's like sometimes, you know, that 6 is, like, most often for me, like that nostalgia, that going back to childhood, healing some childhood wounds. Some of you may be letting go of familial contracts as well. Like, you know, just because you're my mom, just because you're my dad, just because you're my bloodline, whatever, doesn't mean that I need to be involved in this with you, and surrendering that it's an acceptance of people, places, and things in your life. So I just feel like, you know, you may be taking a look at things, the scales are balancing out, and then this doors to romance. I'm sticking I got the goosebumps, sticking steadfast to the fact that there is somebody either checking in on you out of just genuine love. It doesn't have to be romantic, right? That they're like, you know, what is going on with you? Are you okay? Do you need anything? So you have somebody coming in, and I'm going to say at the end of this Venus retrograde, that is like, what can I do to help you? They're coming in from a genuine loving space. For others of you, this could very well be romantic. It's like, you know, this idea of walking. You may run into somebody that you start talking to when you're walking and start, you know, communicating with, and for some reason, this could be dog related. I don't know why or where that just came from, but thank you, Spirit. You know, if you're out walking your dog or whatever, you share numbers over a lost dog or something, who the hell knows? But in that, like, that connection is being made, and they'll kind of like check in with you and go, hey, you know, you going for your walk tonight? Because I would love to join you. Capricorn, I will say this to you. You're a lot more stable than you give yourself credit for. This woman holding a coin, I feel like you are in a space right now where you don't completely trust your own visions, and you will get there. You just have to put that faith that you're putting into everything else around you, into yourself. It's to give back to the self at this time. So let's see. We're going to do a little clarification here. And I want to point out that 3s and 6s. So I've got 3, 6, and 33, which breaks down to a 6 as well. So this is a lot about the community support that you have in your life right now. And that check-in, again, is going back to letting contracts go, letting situations go, letting third parties go, and then opening up to new things as well. So let's clarify for Capricorn, please, Spirit, the garden and the gate. Hierophant, that's contractual issues. That's a higher spiritual calling, right? That is ruling over everything that needs to be had. It is paying attention. It is listening. And we're going to take that one as it started to fall. The 4 of Cups there. You know, that there's the familiarity of this situation. I said about ruling your kingdom or whatever, or something to that effect. There's the Emperor on the bottom. But this 4 of Cups in the garden and the gate, they're both just kind of sitting, right? And as I said in the beginning, you may be feeling stagnant. You may be feeling a little complacent, whatever it might be, stuck. It's examining some new options for you is what needs to be done. I feel like you know what it is that you need to do, and you need to just start making movement on the things that are working, you know, that are going to work for your better benefit. There's another reader, and it just made me think of her, but she always refers to the 4 Cups as her tree sitters. She reads a lot for Scorpios. And, you know, and that's pretty much what it is you are sitting. You look, you know, he is sitting under that tree, right? He's not making movement. And then you've got her. She's hanging out underneath the bushes in this garden, right? She's not making that movement that she needs to make. So, you know, you can only sit for so long, Capricorn, and then it's time to start to get yourself moving forward. I feel like you're trying to revise your plans as well at this time. And that's fine, because we've, you know, as we move through Mercury retrograde and all of these retrogrades, sometimes we need to just take a minute, and it is about the revision and the revising of the things in our lives that are not serving us. So, you know, but don't get stuck in that mode, right? Like, you can be there for a hot second, it's cool, but don't live in that, because then that's where we start to see other problems developing. Contracts, the devil in the reverse. It is the release of these contracts. It's walking away from things that are toxic and opening yourself up, Ace of Pentacles, to the new beginnings that are coming your way. That devil in the reverse makes me very happy, as opposed to seeing it in the upright. In Capricorn, obviously, that is you right there. So let's see. Let's clarify the devil, please. King of Swords. Yeah, I think you are thinking, yeah, you're cutting out confusion. I'm seeing a lot of this. I think that during the last end of, we'll call it the end of Leo season, there's been a lot of confusion around a lot of different situations. And a lot of the signs, as I finished up the August readings, the mid-August readings, that confusion was starting to come to a close, starting to really gain massive clarity and this sharp, excuse me, I got hiccups, this sharp insight to how these people, places, and things are affecting your life. Plain and simple, that there is no desire to continue to do this. It's like waking up and seeing patterns and going, you know, these things are not serving my highest good. These contracts, you know, if you're paying off that car, like, hallelujah, I've got another $400 in my bank account every month instead, right? You talk about like familial stuff and things like that. It's like other people may have been in a space of trying to like outsmart you, outwit you, even friends, right? It doesn't matter. It could be work, you know, work people, where it's like, I keep hearing they're trying to outsmart somebody who's extremely intelligent, and you're not allowing that to happen. It's that, you know, I look at that butterfly behind the King of Swords. It is winds of change. It is going off with partnerships that are going to be beneficial to you. That butterfly is that transformation, right? You're transforming this energy of these toxic groups or things or people and situations, and being very stern about the decisions that you're making, and you're doing it very logically. 21 on the timer. Those threes again, right? 3. So I don't feel like you have your truth. You're going to speak your truth. You're going to be clear about that truth. And it's like, you know, a lot of people have a hard time really adjusting and looking at themselves to see what role they are playing in their own life and their own suffering, right? And it's like that truth of the idea of surrender, to let go of these things that are not serving of you. You're getting very comfortable in that transformation. And that's a beautiful energy, excuse me, a beautiful energy to be in, that you're not going to sit there and not address what needs to be addressed because you're afraid of maybe hurting somebody's feelings, or not, you know, not doing or saying something politically correct, if you will. So it's like you're recognizing that you've gone through these different layers of this transformation. When you look at him, you've got these like fuzzy, I'm going to call them fuzzy butterflies, is how they're appearing to me in the background. And it's kind of like an elevating energy of continuing to move up through those cycles and making those changes as you need to for yourself, and doing it in a very thoughtful but yet driven way that is not going to bring in any more of this 7 of Cups energy. And you know, I got it in the reverse. You're letting go of the anxiety and the confusion attached to situations and people. Discerning, Spirit is saying, discerning your friends accordingly. Door to Romance, Spirit, what is this for Capricorn? King of Pentacles. I'm telling you, Capricorn, some of you have a partner coming in, or someone who an interest that is coming in for you, and they're like, they could be very abundant, they could be, I hate to say rich, but well-to-do, stable, has their shit together, very, very, I mean, this could also be you, right? Like, I will say too, you know, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, but this person is like, he's put his foot down on certain things. So it's very interesting. This can also be the mix of the two of you as well. But this is going to be about the choices and the karmic stuff that you have worked through. And then you've got the sun coming in the back with that Knight of Swords. So this person could seem a little, Spirit is giving me the word off the cuff kind of vibe. Like very, very to the point, and it may come across a little brash, but they're also desiring, they know what they desire for the most part. I'm asking for clarification on you, and there you are playing the balancing act of that 2 of Pentacles, like that flow, the ebb and flow of how you're feeling about certain things. I think there is a genuine interest of like, some days the heart space feels really small and tightened up. Other days you're feeling very balanced. Some of you, I will also say, if you're working on your finances at this time as well, you may feel like you're lacking a little bit right now. Give it time. It's going to balance out. I think for some of you, it's like Spirit is giving me learning a new system at home. So you may have to like, you may be changing banks or something to that effect, where you're just taking other places to invest or put your tangible into other things, in other institutions or stuff like that. And we're also going to see, you know, moving forward with Pluto and Aquarius, the financial institutions, things like that are going to make significant changes. For some of you, you may be ahead of the game and aware that these things are coming. You know, there are a lot of places are going to cashless systems as well. So you may be, you know, taking a look at your investments and where those are going as well. So, you know, we'll see. And so in regards to love, what is this love about? Three of Pentacles, again, another three, right? Three of Cups on the bottom of that. So this could be somebody, you know, as the fall comes, getting into some festivities and stuff, you know, going out and doing things together with other people as well. And again, you could be meeting anybody, anywhere, right? We never know. It's crazy. It's all going to be different for all of us. But I do feel like it's a neat structure. So you could be, I don't know, Spirit's saying visiting houses. So, okay, whatever. Like, we'll go with that. Visiting houses. So whatever that means to you. But it's like making plans. Making plans, going to places, structures, ideas. You could be building something right now too. And for some of you, if you're building a home right now, the finances could be up and down. You could see the markets being up and down when it comes to building materials, things like that as well. So, you know, you may have to revise your plans. You may have to, you know, go, okay, I really wanted this Labradorite countertop, but we're going to have to go with, you know, something a little, you know, granite instead, you know, that kind of thing. But I do think that in the overall Capricorn, that no matter what you do moving forward, it's going to feel good. So it's like there's going to be happy moments and cause for celebration. And I just heard Rihanna's Cheers. Just heard Rihanna's Cheers. So if you're a Rihanna fan, listen to that song, I suppose. I don't always get songs. All right, let's get you guys some advice, and then we're going to close this out with cards. You know what? I think we're going to go the Kuan Yin deck. I do love this deck. She's beautiful. I like the mix of cards. They're all very, very different from one another. So let's see. For Capricorn, what is the advice for the month of September, please, Spirit? All right, Capricorn. For Capricorn, your enlightened heart. So I'll read this to you. The wish of the Divine Mother is that you become free. There's that surrender again, right? Enlightenment is a culmination of many steps, each one as a drop of water forming a divine ocean of peace, realization, love, and unity within. An ocean that washes away fear, separation, and scarcity, and bathes us in abundance and bliss. You carry the torch of enlightenment within your heart. Let it shine. And as I was reading that, and it said about enlightenment is a culmination of many small steps, it made me think of what I showed you a little bit ago with this King of Swords. That there's that butterfly, there's that butterfly. Each part of it was like an up-leveling for you to get to this point of the King of Swords, right? So that transformation is continuing to take place. Each time you step into that, you form that bond with Spirit, and you're going higher up. You are becoming, you know, coming into a space of freedom for yourself, allowing yourself to take care of yourself, surrendering to the things that are not serving of you in any capacity, checking in with yourself, checking in with your guides, Spirit, checking in with new people that are aiding you in opening up that heart space to become the best version of you. So, Capricorn, I am going to leave it there. I hope you found that this reading resonated for you, and if you did, please hit that like button, subscribe, share, comment. It helps the channel out so very much, and it's greatly appreciated. If you're interested in booking a reading, that information, again, is found in the description box below, as well as the About section of the page. Or you can reach out to me through holisticallyzenwv.com. I hope you guys have a fantastic month, and I will see you soon. Bye.